What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be learning how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube the absolute easiest way. So if you've never solved a Rubik's Cube before, it probably looks absolutely impossible, but it's actually really not, and with a bit of practice you can get it quite easily. The method I'm going to teach you has been used for over 30 years and has been used to teach many people. Make sure before we jump into the video that if at any stage of the video you guys are feeling lost or not knowing what's going on, that you stop the video immediately and play back a few times and just play around with it. Hopefully you'll get it. If not, leave a comment and I'll get back to you answering your questions and doing my very best to help you out. The first step is solving the white cross, which means getting all of the white edge pieces in here to make a cross sign. These pieces here are edge pieces because they've got 2 colours, whereas these ones here are corner pieces because they've got 3. The ones in the very middle are centre pieces. To start off, we're going to hold the white centre piece facing up and look in the bottom layer and see if there are any white edge pieces in there. So we've got this one here and this one here. We can see this one here has got white and orange, so that means that it must line up with this orange centerpiece here. To put it up here with the white centerpiece, we'll turn the bottom layer until our centerpiece matches up with the edge piece, and then simply turn the front side 180 degrees so that we've got them lining up like this. Here we've got blue as well, so that's quite easy. We do the same thing to turn those up nice next to each other, and then turn the front side 180 degrees, and here we can see we've got half our cross solved already. If you've got a case like this where the edge piece is not in the bottom layer and it's in one of the sides here, and we can see that it's matched up perfectly where we've got the center piece and an edge piece matched up, we can just simply turn the front side 90 degrees and that'll put it in like that. Again, we've got this case, but if we turn it in, the edge needs to be flipped around, so we can fix that by putting the edge piece back to where it was before and then turning it down into the bottom layer, and then we turn it away so it lines up with the center piece. That way we can put this piece back into where it was and then turn that back into there like that. Sometimes you'll get a case like this where if you try and turn your edge piece up into the tops layer, the edge needs to be flipped. That can be done the same way as what we just did before, where we turn the front 90 degrees and turn it down into the bottom layer, and then put this one back, and then that can go back in the top there. Okay, there you're done. You've solved your white cross. Before we move on to the next step, just go around and make sure that all of your edge pieces match up nicely with your center pieces. The next step is solving the white corners, which means solving a white face. The next step is solving the white corners, which means getting all of the corners in here so that we have a solved white face. To start off, we're going to flip over the cube and I'm going to teach you 4 really important moves. These moves will be used for solving all the corner pieces and will be very helpful in solving the second layer as well. To start off, we're going to turn the right side up, turn the top side clockwise, right side down, and then top side anti-clockwise. And that's it. That's all you've got to be able to do. So we'll go over that again. So right side up, top side clockwise, right side down, top side anti-clockwise. Here, just pause the video for a bit and practice that a few times until you can do it. Okay, and then similarly we're going to do the exact same thing on the left side as well. So we're going to turn the left side up, top side anti-clockwise, left side down, and then the top side clockwise. And so then we're just going to practice that again. Here you can pause the video again and just keep doing that. Okay, so now that you've got those 4 moves done, we're going to start off by finding a white corner piece. Remember, those are the ones that have 3 colours on them. So here we've got one right here, so it's got white, green and red. So that means it will go in there because we've got white, green and red there. So to start off, we're going to just turn the top layer so that it will line up where it needs to go. Then we're going to hold the cube so that the white isn't looking at us and we can't see it. So if we hold it like this, we can't see it. Whereas if we hold it like this, it's looking at us. So this is the right way. And then seeing as the edge piece is on the right, then we do those those 4 moves that I just taught you on the right. So like that, and that should put it in. Here we've got blue, red, and white, so that will go there. So we turn that in, and oh no, we can't do it on the right side because that means the white's facing us. So we've got to do it on the left side now, and that will put it in. Sometimes you'll have cases like this where the white piece is facing up and not out. That's fine, you can just line it up and do the 4 moves on any side. It'll just take a few more times to do it. And sometimes you'll get a case like this where the corner piece is already in where it needs to go, but it's not solved. That can be done easily by taking it out using the 4 moves, and then inserting it using the 4 moves. Before we go on to the next step, just have a look and make sure that all of them are lined up correctly. If you've done it right, you should have little T's in every single spot. The next step is to solve the second layer, which means getting all of these edge pieces in here so that all we'll have to do is the yellow side. Before we start inserting, I'm going to teach you 4 more really important moves that are just the same as the other ones, just a little bit different. This move goes by turning the top side clockwise, right side up, top side anti-clockwise, right side down. So just do that a few times. And then obviously we'll do the exact same with the left side. So top side anti-clockwise, left side up, top side clockwise, left side down. To start off, find an edge piece in the top layer that doesn't have yellow in it. So that's got red and blue, that's got yellow and red, that's got yellow and green, and that's got orange and green. So these 2 here are good edges and we can put those in, but these 2 have got yellow, so we can't put them in. We'll start off with this edge piece here, and it's got orange and green, so that will go just in there. To start, we'll line up the front colour with the centerpiece, so here it doesn't match up, but if we turn it over like this, it will. And so we need to insert it into the right, so we're going to do those moves that we just learnt on the right. So top side clockwise, right side up, top side anti-clockwise, right side down, and there we can see those 2 are paired up. But now, instead of using the moves that we just learnt before to insert the corners like that, we turn the cubes so that the white's facing us, and then we do the moves on the opposite side that we did to pair them up. So for example, we paired them up on the right side, so now we do those moves on the left side, and that will put them in there. So top side anti-clockwise, left side up, top side clockwise, left side down, and that will put that in there. Red and green, so we put that in there, and this time we've got to insert it on the left. So then we do the left hand side moves, and then the right moves to insert. Sometimes you'll get a case like this where the edge is in there correctly, it just needs to be flipped. If that's the case, you can just insert any other random edge, it doesn't matter which one in there, and then you can insert it. So, and then, and that will put it in. And there you go, you've finished the second layer. Before we move on, just once again, make sure that they're all paired up. If you've done it right, it'll look like most of the cube is solved except the top face. The next step is to solve the yellow cross. That means that we're going to get a cross like we did with the white, but it's yellow, but it's not going to be anything like the process that it was for the right. To start off, if you've got a case like this, where you've just got the yellow centerpiece and no other edges are in there, then turn the front side 90 degrees clockwise, and then do those first 4 moves that we did for inserting the corners. So right side up, top clockwise, right down, top anti-clockwise, and then turn the front side anti-clockwise 90 degrees. If you've got a case like this where we've got only 2 edge pieces and it's in the shape of an arrow, turn the cube so that they're in the left side and the back, and then do the exact same thing that we did just before. So front side 90 degrees, the 4 moves that we learnt first, and then front side anti-clockwise 90 degrees. And then finally, if you've got this case, then just do the same thing that we've just been doing. like so. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to have to orient all of these edges correctly so that they're in the right spot. So to start off, we're going to see if there are any edge pieces that are in the same. You're either going to have 2 of the edge pieces matched up correctly or all 4. To find out if you've got them matched up correctly, turn the top side once and see if any match up. So we've got this one matched up, but that's only 1, so that can't be right. If we do it again, we've got orange and green matched up, so that's correct. If you've got 4 matched up, then don't worry about this step. If you've got 2, then hold one of the solved edge pieces to the back and one out to the right and do these moves. So right side up, top side clockwise, and pay attention to these 2 pairs here. Right side down, top side clockwise, right side up, and then we're going to turn that twice, which will put these 2 back into a slot, and then right side down, and then that should, that's paired them up correctly. Sometimes you'll have to do that a few times, but this time we got lucky. Next, we're going to see if we've got any corner pieces that are in the right spot. You're either going to have all 4 of them, one of them or none of them in the right spot. You can tell if they're in the right spot by looking and seeing if the surrounding colours are the same. So we've got yellow here, but green and orange, so that should go there. And that's got red and green, that needs to go there. So no, none of these are the same. If so, hold the cube however you want, it doesn't really matter, just as long as the white's facing up. If you've got one of them solved, hold it in the front right slot, the solved piece in the front right slot. If you've got all of them solved, then don't worry about this and just stick around until the next step. Keep in mind though that if you've got a solved piece, it doesn't necessarily have to look solved like this. They can be like these 2 and still have the right colours around them. Anyway, back to the moves. We're going to do this. So top side clockwise, right side up. Top anti-clockwise, left side up. Then we're going to put these 2 pairs back into here where it was. So top side clockwise, right side down. And then put these 2 back in. So top anti-clockwise, right side down. And yep, so we've got this one here solved, but none of the other ones are. Sometimes you'll have to do these moves a few times. Sometimes you'll only have to do them once. Sometimes you won't have to do it at all. So now that we've got 1 solved, we put them here and then we do the same moves again. So top clockwise, right up, top anti-clockwise, left up. Put these 2 back into here like this, and then put those 2 back in as well. And yep, there we go. They're all solved and in the correct spots. The next step is solving the cube. Okay, so to solve the cube, we're going to turn the cube or flip the cube upside down so that yellow's on the bottom and right's on the top. To start, we're going to find a corner piece that isn't solved and in its correct spot already. So this one here is solved, but this one isn't, so we'll start with this one. To start solving this, we're going to do those very first 4 moves that I taught you that we used to insert corners. And we're just going to do that until it solves itself. So yep, there we go. So this is a really important part. You're going to turn the bottom around. You're not going to flip the cube, otherwise that'll mess it up and you'll have to start again. You're going to turn the bottom around until you've got the next corner piece ready to be solved. Do the 4 moves. Yep, that's solved. Turn it around. Do the 4 moves again. Yep, that's solved. And then if you do it right, it should solve the cube. Congratulations, you've just solved a Rubik's Cube. So obviously it was a little bit challenging, but I'm guessing that it wasn't as hard as what you guys thought it was. I'm going to have another example solve video out next week where I solve it using the beginner's method, and I'll go a little bit faster, but I'll still take you guys through it. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.